Mary Barra claims that General Motors electrified the world. Well, yeah, I'm a bit dubious on that, but it is true that General Motors have one of the best-selling vehicles in the world. In fact, that vehicle is not just a car. General Motors, Wuling, and SAIC jointly manufacture the Wuling Hongguang Mini EV, and I'm sure you've heard all about that. But you probably haven't heard about the fact that the Wuling Hongguang Mini EV actually comes in a number of different options and variants, including a convertible, a long wheelbase version, a short wheelbase version, a long wheelbase truck version, and a super narrow truck version. So General Motors technically actually makes, to be fair, it 33% makes the world's cheapest electric truck. And this is it. Right now, you can actually buy an electric truck for $4,000 US. In fact, this electric truck is much better than you realize, and they sell right now hundreds of thousands of this car or truck. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. My name's Sam Evans, and I'm coming to you from Melbourne, Australia. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's wonderful to have so many people tune into the channel recently, and welcome to everyone, no matter what part of the country you're in. US, Canada, UK, Australia, Europe, wherever you're tuning in. India, even recently, people have joined the channel. It's great to have you. Electric pickup trucks, electric mobility, electric bikes. The world's changing very fast. But there's one type of truck I think we haven't talked about, but we should. It's the electric mini truck. Electric mini trucks actually are very useful for two reasons. One, in some cities, there is so much traffic and congestion that with a normal sized truck, it's really, really hard to get around. And in fact, a lot of the time, you don't need a normal sized truck, but you need some kind of a truck, right? Now, the other thing is, this electric truck comes in a couple of different variants. One of the variants costs only $4,000 US, and it's narrow enough to drive down a footpath. This would be perfect for a postal truck, right? That's what I think anyway. Now, the Wuling Hongguang Mini EV is one of the 3 best-selling vehicles in the world. Depends on what day you're looking at. Could be the best-selling vehicle in the world on that day. On another day, it might be the 3rd best-selling. But pretty much, it always ranks in the top 3. And this is a variant of the Wuling Hongguang Mini. This thing is called the Wuling E10. It's a very narrow electric van with a center's driver's seat and a closed cargo box. The E10 is developed for delivery companies and postal services. I think it's genius. What's even more genius? It's electric and it costs $4,000. Now, you can actually get this vehicle in a number of different variants. They've got a longer box version, they've got a wider version, and then they've got this weird narrow version which only has 1 seat. But it actually makes so much sense. This is the kind of thing which you could easily drive down a footpath and use it as a delivery truck. Now, because we all buy things online constantly, in fact, people buy things online more now than they do actually in a store, that means that parcel delivery has become a huge part of the entire traffic network. So this is the first 1-seat electric vehicle that I've seen in the world, or at least affordable one anyway. As you can see, it's pretty basic, but it does actually have a digital LCD screen for the driver, which is pretty common now in vehicles in China. You can even get digital LCD screens in $1,000 electric vehicles in China. I made a video about some of those. I'll put a link in the description below to that video. You would be amazed at the price of electric vehicles in countries outside of the West. They're truly insanely priced. There is so much competition. One thing I noticed, it's got 2 USB ports for charging mobile devices, and it's got a heater. And it actually shows you how much battery charge you have left on the digital screen. Now, on this particular vehicle, power comes from a single electric motor at the rear. It's got 27 horsepower, which is more than enough for a vehicle this size. And it's got a 9 kilowatt-hour lithium iron phosphate or LFP battery pack, which should give the vehicle around 100 kilometers of range. That's enough for a lot of deliveries. In fact, I don't think you could probably fill this thing up enough for the range you're going to get. So realistically, this would be perfect as a postal delivery van or as like a delivery van for many delivery companies that operate in dense cities. Now, the E10 looks really cool from the front, I think, with its square headlights, kind of a funky looking design. And it's quite narrow though, as you can see. It's 3,310 millimeters long, 1,080 millimeters wide, and 1,690 millimeters high. In other words, it's 3 times longer than it is wide. In fact, more than 3 times longer. The cargo box, it's 1,625 millimeters by 1,040, and the max cargo weight it can carry is 200 kilos. But that's for this particular model. Wuling actually make a series of other models of electric trucks like this, and so do many other companies as well in China. Now, personally, I think we're ignoring this part of the whole transport infrastructure, what we need, right? We don't necessarily need these big passenger, multiple seat delivery vans that we've seen in the US, right? We've seen the US Postal Service get all these new delivery vans, and they're really big. Realistically, is that what you need, especially in a dense city? I'm not so sure it's necessary. This thing would be so much more efficient. It would probably save you a lot of money in terms of actual running costs. It's much lighter, it's smaller, it's narrower, so it's much more practical. It means the driver could essentially actually put the parcels in, possibly even from being inside the vehicle. So just drive right next to the letterbox and then actually put the parcels straight into the letterbox. That's what I love about this. That's what I love about the electric revolution. It's pretty much covering everything. There's electric bikes, there's electric scooters, there's electric everything. And this is one part of the puzzle. Now, I don't know if you share my excitement for this. Maybe you don't, maybe you do. But I saw this and I just thought, you guys, you need to see it. I love this. You need to see it as well. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments section below. What are your thoughts on this? Could it work? Do you think it would work in the West? Or would this not work in a European or US city?